I'm going to be doing this video a little different from the ones I usually do, because right now I'm actually watching a recording of myself installing Ionic, and I had a few problems, so I'm actually going to show you some of these problems that I encountered. So if you encounter them, perhaps you can solve them by yourself as well. So the next thing we need to install here is this called Ionic not Ionic install. You need to install the Ionic framework, and we're going to start the video here. This, you just need to type in your Google and go to this place here where I just clicked, and if you can see up at the top, it's ionicframework.com, and we need to have these two things that's just been marked, and we already installed those in the previous video. What we need to go through now is we need to check or install Ionic so we can start using this, and if you just see the highlighted line right now, this is what we need to punch in to our terminal command prompt. And the npm was the thing we also installed before. So npm install dash global, because we want to install in all of the computers, so that's why we write the G. And then Ionic Cordova like this. And Cordova is kind of the thing that helps us convert something from, when we're going to do that, from a HTML, CSS, everything into a mobile application, so whether for the iOS or the iPhone or the Android and so on. So right now, as you can see over to the left side, I have an error. And that's kind of, it's hard to see with the black on white here and red, but this is just saying something with e-access almost. Right now the system is not allowing me to install everything here. So what I need to do to make this work, if you go follow, we need to add a little bit more before the npm here. We need to add something called a sudo, because we're going to grant it all the permission it needs for this to work. So in a moment we are going to, it's also spelled right there, we need to put the sudo in front of what we just wrote. So go back here and type in sudo. And then we hit enter again, and then we'll also prompt us for our password for our login to our computer. And now it actually starts installing again without this error, but it's going to give me yet another error. So I'm just going to go a little bit forward in the movie so we can actually see. So here it kind of stops installing, as you can see, even though there's been a minute. Right now it's actually going to prompt me with an error. So it did a timeout here. And that happens sometimes, but don't worry too much about this. What you need to do is you just need to do the same command again here. Where did it go? So your sudo npm install -g Ionic and Cordova, and then you run it once again. And I actually have the same error twice in my example here. So what I actually did, I just closed down my terminal, opened a new one, and did the exact same thing. And eventually it actually installed. So let's just go over here. So right now you can see up here that it's continuing to install all these small files and programs for a system. And once all this is done, what you need to do, like you did before, you need to go up here and type in Ionic, if I can spell right, Ionic space V, and right now you should be able to see the version of your Ionic here. So it's really important that we have the version, the Ionic installed like we did with SAS, so you need to be able to see this. You can test if you have it like this. Same goes for Node, same goes for npm. So hopefully this video can also help you if you run into errors, to see what's the next move for you to do.